This is my first video in 2025, guys, and I don't know whether to term it as good news or bad news. This is just Canada news, okay? And it is that the Prime Minister of Canada has resigned from his position as Prime Minister and also has resigned as leader of the Liberal Party. Although I think this is very political, and I'll tell you why later in the video, the main focus for today's video is to try to find out how this affects immigrants with processes such as the express entry draws and visa extensions and asylum cases, and also how this affects policies that are yet to be implemented, like the permanent residence on arrival for caregivers that the Prime Minister announced sometime last year, whether it's still likely to take effect or not, and also what you should do if you are still interested in coming to Canada. But before that, why don't our African presidents ever resign? Guys, this is just by the way, but let me know. I have never seen a president resign in my country, Ghana. I don't know about you. Let me know if you ever experienced any African president resigning. I would love to know that in the comment section. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Edwina. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing and be part of this lovely family. In recent times, a lot has been going on in Canada. So much has been going on in Canada, policies changing back to back. The Prime Minister has become very unpopular because the Canadians are complaining a lot about high cost of living. Canadians are complaining a lot about high cost of housing and all that. I'll show you a glimpse of how Canadians reacted to the Prime Minister's resignation, and it will be difficult for you to understand as a new immigrant why Canadians are complaining, because I'm sure that if you just migrated to Canada or if you just relocated to Canada and you are good, probably you've gotten a job, and at the end of the month you're able to send $200-300 back home, and it's sufficient for your family, and you think you're a better place, okay? So you are all okay, and you do not even understand why people are complaining in Canada. Yes, because you are comparing Canada to your previous situation back home, and obviously that will be better. But Canadians are comparing what Canada used to be to what Canada is now. And then when you talk to people who have been in Canada for 10 years and more, they will tell you that the situation in Canada now is very bad. It's not what they expected. Some are leaving Canada and it is nothing to write home about. Imagine that a seat that was occupied by the Liberal government for about 30 years was lost in a by-election in 2024. That was a big blow to the Liberal Party. And just imagine that just before Christmas, the Deputy Prime Minister, who doubles as the Finance Minister, resigned. So the Prime Minister, even internally, within his party, they were not with him. I think the best for him to resign, yes, for political reasons, they can market a new candidate before the next election. And I think that is basically what they are doing. But guys, let's see how Canadians reacted to the news of the Prime Minister resigning. Last time I am seeing a group of Canadians this happy and jubilating. This is my first time. So if the Prime Minister's resignation brings them so much excitement, you can just imagine how they have been wanting this for a very long time. Guys, As immigrants, when push comes to shove, you have a home to go back to. But as Canadians, those who Canada is their only home, if Canada is your only home, then you would know that you would have to fight to get it to be in a better state because you have nowhere else to go to. Okay. As immigrants, how does this affect us with processes such as express entry and visa extensions? Okay, visa extensions and express entry. In the past few months, there has been so many changes with regards to regulations with immigration. Okay, so how does the Prime Minister's resignation affect immigrants or immigration? Now, the IRCC is an independent body, so I expect that immigration issues should be going on as normal. I don't think the Prime Minister's resigning should have any effect on immigration. In actual fact, the first express entry draw for 2025 has been held. So if you are in any draw and the Prime Minister's resignation is making you think what is going to happen, relax and be in your draw. And I think that these things are going to go on. It is not going to affect it because IRCC is an independent body. 471 invitations to apply for permanent resident has been sent out just this January. Okay, so the express entry draws are supposed to go on as usual. When it comes to visa extensions, we all know if you are close to anyone who is doing a study permit extension or anyone, we all know there has been a little bit of a backlog. I do not expect the Prime Minister's resignation to make it any worse. We are hoping and praying that it goes through because a lot more people will have permits expiring very soon. So yes, like I'm saying, I do not expect that the Prime Minister's resignation will have any impact on these because IRCC already has regulations and things that they are working on. And there are no new regulations, okay? Because there are no new regulations and they are still working with the old regulations, their operations should go on as usual. And the same applies to asylum cases. I think their operations should go on as usual. But when it comes to a policy that was yet to be implemented, like the PR, the permanent residency that the Prime Minister said was going to be given to caregivers on arrival to Canada, that because that was not implemented yet, that the details of that did not come, I doubt if that is still going to take effect. If you are a caregiver and you were waiting and hoping that you were going to use that route to migrate to Canada, I don't know. I am not sure. Okay, I am not sure because that was not implemented yet. And the Prime Minister has resigned. And when they elect a new Prime Minister, I do not think they want to be working on that now. They are going to think about how to work towards the next election. So probably it's after the next election that we'll see how that is going to go. And that even depends on who wins. And guys, the probability of the Liberal Party winning elections this year is very minimal. From a very unpolitical point of view, just by observation, the probability of the Liberal Party to win election in Canada this year is very, very minimal. For someone who is still considering coming to Canada, all this news may be bothering you and you do not know what to do. If you ask, should you still come to Canada? Who am I to tell you not to come? Like, who am I to tell you not to come? Okay, but what I will advise is that you come with plans. Okay, come with plans, come with a purpose, come with money, because Canada is tough now. It is not like before. When you get to Canada today and tomorrow you are working, you may have to be unemployed for a while. So come with money that can sustain you. Come with plans so that you know exactly what you are going to do. Come with managed expectations. Don't have too much expectations, okay, as things are not like they were before. And also expect that anything can happen. You should, your plan should not don't just have a plan, have a number of plans, so that if this doesn't work out, the next will work out. Because in the last 2 years, things that worked, even some things that worked last 2 years are no more working. Okay, so when you are coming to Canada new, don't just have one plan, have a number of plans, just in case one does not work, you'll be able to switch to another. And the last thing I would want to say is that don't put all your hopes in Canada. Explore, be open to other places, explore other places, okay? Open your tentacles wide and explore other places. Who knows? Canada may not be for you, okay? So yes, that is what I have to say about this. I hope that our minds are at peace, knowing that this is not in the immediate time, this is not going to cause so much changes to immigration, okay? If there is likely to be any significant changes with immigration, that is likely to be after the elections. So guys, that is what I think it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And guys, if you have not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe to this channel and help us grow this channel, okay? Thank you so much for staying with me, and see you in my next video. Bye.